Jason, your thoughts on how the season ended and kind of what's next for you?
Yeah, it's incredibly abrupt and difficult end to a season that we expected to be playing for much longer than this. So, just a really hard ending. You know that one of the two teams is going to lose the series, but we didn't expect it to be us. Uh, things felt different for us this year. We felt we had a lot as a group, and we weren't able to get it done. And it's difficult because a lot of work goes into it.
You're very emotional on the ice. How disappointing was it for you?
Yeah, it's hard. Like it's tough. It stings. There's a lot of work that goes into getting yourself in the position to make the playoffs and to play in a series. And the group has lofty goals, and when it ends in the first round again like that, it's jarring as an athlete because you want different results, you want better results. You push yourself all season to get to the point where you feel like you're going to get better results, and then to not, it hurts. So, just tough.
Do you want to keep playing, Jason?
It's too, like we finished 2 days ago. So, I love the game. I've always maintained that if I can provide significance to the group, if I'm a contributor every night, then I want to play. So there's conversations that have to be had, with me and management and coaches. But this is the only place I would play. So the conversations will happen over the coming days and weeks. And right now, it's more about reflecting just on what happened, why we lost, what needs to happen. But those conversations will happen in the coming days.
Do you have an answer for why? Is this where you reflected on that?
I don't think anybody can definitively stand here and say they have an answer, because if we did, we would have tried to execute it and do it. We talked about lots of different things throughout the season to push us and to keep us motivated and to keep us focused on getting prepared to play playoff hockey. And I think we showed we can play it. I think it's just that extra little bit to win a series is going to take a little more than maybe most teams would, just because of the past right now. Every year is a different group, but the group will have to answer the questions until you break through. So I thought we did a great job this year we felt different. We felt like we were a different group. We were a more physical group. We were, at times there was dips in the season, we fought back. In games, there was times we, maybe in the past, if we got down, we wouldn't have come back. We came back. There's a lot of things that went right, and it still led us to a loss. So that's where you search. To me, it's like the guys need to dig in and do even more. And that's hard because we did a lot. Like, there was a strong commitment from the group, from summer program to throughout the season, through getting in here early and doing the work, and it's not enough. So we need more. So I think that's how I feel about it, is just it's going to be extremely hard to demand more of yourself, but that's what guys have to do.
Well, in this case, though, how much specifically the Tampa Bay Lightning case, how much do you take into consideration the opponents in this loss and everything they've done? If you have battle scars from losing the first round a lot, how does that stack up against a team that has battle scars from winning the cup 2 years ago?
Yeah, like I think, I heard some of their guys say it was one of the toughest series they've had in their, run of a couple of years. But they found a way to beat us, and they went through similar things as this organization. And there's a lot of factors that go into winning or losing a series. I think we had moments in that series where we could have grabbed it and maybe taken their will away, but they hung around, and because of that we end up losing the series. But yeah, there's no doubt if we play 15 games, it would probably be decided in the last period. Like, it's just the teams are two very evenly matched teams, but they got it done and we didn't.
Do you think this group, the core of this group, has what it takes to get to the next level eventually?
Yeah, I think there's no straight line to the top. If there was, everybody would try to do it. So I think I'm very proud of kind of the core group of guys and the guys that have been here, and just because they challenge themselves every day, they buy into what's being taught to them. There's a significant buy-in here, which I think you don't get everywhere. But like I said, it wasn't enough. So, we need more. We need more from guys. We need more from guys in key moments. We need more just that stubbornness of not accepting to lose the game. And I think it's in the room. And it definitely is in the room. And these guys are learning. They're learning how hard it is. Because when you have a series where you feel like you really went head-to-head with a team as good as Tampa and still lose, I think that should exemplify how hard it is to win, period, this time of year, whether it's the first round, second round, whatever. But it's hard this time of year.
Jason, where do you feel your game is at and the level of contribution that you were able to make this year?
Well, I think I've had to reshape myself as a player to survive. And I think that I'm not the player that I used to be. I don't think anybody, when they get to 39 in a couple days or a couple weeks, is going to be the same player he was in his 20s. But I tried to contribute, with everything I had every night. I think at times I really liked my game. At times I was frustrated with where my game was at. But I think I just really tried to accept the role and be good at it and, be the best I could be with what I was given and with what I have left. So that's kind of was my daily focus, was just like trying to get everything out of myself.
What will you do to recover or reset? Will you try to get away on vacation, or will you go right back in the gym? Like, what's your process from here?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little lost right now, to be honest. Things feel a little bit different this year for me. So at this point, I'm just, being with my family and hanging out, and lots of questions.
Athletes are often targets. Have you had any harrowing experiences like what Mitch went through last night, or know of any?
No, never. Scary stuff that don't really want to get into. I don't really even know the full extent of everything that went down, but it's scary. That's life. Like that's not hockey. That's scary. That stuff is jarring. So happy to see that he's okay.
Jason, why does it feel different for you this weekend?
Because I think I really truly believe that the team was going to break through this year. I've put a lot of effort into trying to help get the group over the edge, and then to fail again is frustrating for myself. It leads me asking myself questions of, did I do enough? Did I help push the right buttons? Did I do everything I could do to help the team get over it? So I think it's just hard. It's just these chances, they don't come very often, so it's hard.
Jason, can I ask you a question about Game 7, lucky bounce puck goes either way, you guys win the series. You lose by a goal, and Game 7 won a series since we found it, I need to ask. Do you think it has anything to do with how difficult it is to play, to see the sticks being squeezed too tightly in these games? How do you account, as an experienced veteran player, how do you account for, or what do you think as to why it's so hard to win the
Well, I think there's a lot of ways you can answer that question. I think this group doesn't have the scars of the teams that missed the playoffs for 10, 12 years or whatever it was, or I don't know how long it was in that time. It wasn't 10, 12 years or close to it, but this group is more a group probably that's been together for 4 or 5 years that now is facing having to win the first round. But I think that it's normal to be tight at come playoffs. Every team gets a little bit tight, but this team wasn't tight. Like I think against Montreal, we had a really hard time closing the series out, and maybe we got tight and stopped playing. This is where I think we took a step. I think there was a strong belief, coming back in Game 5 and winning, pushing the pace in Game 6. Aside from a 5-on-3, we were in pretty good control of that game. Game 7s are Game 7s. You need to score first. You need things to go right. If you let it get to a Game 7, you can lose. But in terms of the narrative around, you know, gripping your sticks and stuff, I don't think we gripped our sticks this year. Like, I really don't. I think we pushed. I think we pushed till the end. And I think there's a greater understanding now that even with pushing and believing, we still lost. So that has to be the mindset for guys, is just that demand of pushing. But I thought as a whole, like the city felt like they believed in us. The fans, you know, really got behind us. The team believed it. And I don't think we played tight. Like, I really don't. I think our best players played different than they played in the past. I think that's the growth that I see that, you know, makes you proud of the guys. But in saying all that, it led to a loss. So it's just, there needs to be more.